I could either title this vlog, Keep Going, Up and Down and All Around, I'm Back Where the People Are, Pivot, or we can just call it, What Did You Expect, Hope? I'm back in the land of Hope and Steve, and this is the place where he proposed to me. And there's been a lot of, hey, aren't you Hope? I recognize you from Hope and Steve. And that's been kind of a life-affirming welcome back. And since also being back, I've had big career moves where people really are showing how much they believe in me. I feel in touch and connected and kind of just giddy about everything, even though there's been a lot of stress and a lot of stress. This bridge is where there's a picnic table on the other side, and we were walking across. Steve was being very squirrely. Like, he was nervous, and I didn't really know why. And then we got to the picnic table, and he was like, all right, well, let me just do it. And that's when he proposed. And I will forever think about this bridge and like how much I already understood reading him. Like, I knew something was up. Every time I come to this bridge, I kind of feel a little bit of him. Hi, Steve. So we're going to sit here and do a little chatting with Steve. Because, you know, doesn't matter how much time has passed, I still sometimes need a little Steve conversations, a little Steve guidance. So a man was running. He was like, are you here for a photo shoot? And I said, nah, I'm here communing with my dead husband. And I swear people don't know what to do with me. And this guy handled it well, because I was like, he was like, I'm sorry, what? And I explained, this is where my husband proposed in 2011. He passed away in 2020. I moved away after that, and now I'm just back in the area, and I'm just getting back in touch with the spaces and the places. I came here because I'm feeling that I need clients, and I want to remain in a place of ease and a place of resonance that people are going to feel the hope and the peace and the message I'm putting out, and they're going to come to me. And I don't want it to come from a place of lack or a place of urgency. I want it to be from a healthy place. And so I just came to the place that I know to come to, nature. She's always got my back, but especially when there's a little Steve energy there, just to say, hey, of course, I'll take some clients if you want to send them my way, but also just help me remain in my peace and my ease and my faith and my trust and my just knowing that I'm doing what I'm being called to do, and that people really believe in me. And that's a beautiful thing. And it doesn't need to add pressure. It just adds that confirmation of, girl, keep going. Keep going. And so I'm just going to keep going. But I'm also going to try to share the real experience with y'all, so you can understand that there's a lot of spiraling and anxiety and overthinking and needing to tap into my people who have been so patient with me, and needing to tap into resources. And yeah, I want you all to understand the energy that is going behind it, and to know that it's not something that abracadabra I pulled out of a hat. I've had to work and rework and reconfigure and stay consistent and stay persistent. But that energy going into it is all part of what's going to make it its magic. there's been so many transitions and pivots and moments of feeling nervous and scared, and I have allowed myself to feel all of it. And I just feel so thankful for everyone to be able to see my vision, the vision of hope, the vision of what I'm trying to put out in the world, and for them to support it and for them to show up for it. And I feel incredibly blessed. And I know that that blessed energy that is being put into it is going to be received by everyone who benefits from what I'm building. And how cool is that? How cool is that to know that everyone that has access to what I'm building is going to feel everyone's love and support that helped make it happen. What a full circle moment to be back here, though, and to be able to tap into my creative circles and my support system in a way that has been so grounding and forward moving, because there's been a while where I was like, okay, I don't know which way to go. I don't know which way to go. I don't know which way to go. And then whoop, I feel like I just got propelled into a direction full speed ahead, and it's all happening.
I remember the first time something really hard happened after I became a therapist, and I said to my supervisor, what if I just break down, or what if I am not strong enough to have my own personal crisis and be a therapist? And I was fine, thankfully. And then dozens of other things have happened that rocked my world, including the loss of my dog, and just stress with house, and hurt feelings because of relationships, and all of the things. And I've always been able to show up for my clients regardless of whatever was going on in my personal life. And it was a really beautiful moment of growth and confidence for me.
The other thing that's really a piece of authenticity is having to feel your experience and learning to share it in the capacity that you're feeling called to, even when the world is still experiencing so much tragedy. And it's remembering that two things can exist at once, that you can be so impacted and aware of what's going on around you, but you also still have to be focused on your life and your experience. It's the only way I know how to honor people who are in a position of not being able to, is to not take it lightly that I'm in a position that I can be making forward momentum, that I am safe, that I can focus on my experience, that I can focus on my goals. If I'm in a position that I can do that, I owe to everyone who's not to do so. And that's why one of Steve's biggest stories he would tell people was, please live your life fully. Do not take advantage of having an able body, being able to get out of bed, being able to do things that, a human body is used to being able to do. Don't take that for granted. And I think this is one of those same things where I'm having the conversation with myself, saying, I'm in this genuine, authentic experience where I have a lot of things I am working towards, and there's momentum, and then there's blocks, and then there's people helping me redirect. And it's so very, very valuable and so very, very important. And living in my experience is the way I honor those who had goals and dreams that they will get back to. I remember when a mentor told me that when you see a tremendous amount of hurt, what helps that is a tremendous amount of love. And I've always felt like I have harnessed that in my professional and personal life. Is I'm capable of giving a tremendous amount of love. And I believe it's why I am able to connect with people who have so much trauma and so much hurt, because I have a tremendous amount of love to give. Very thankful for my friend who's opened up space in her home to allow me to have a safe space, and just so happens to be in Johns Creek where, you know, Steve and I created the Hope and Steve story, and it feels very full circle to come back here now and be like recognized for Hope and Steve, but then to also be very much so, I'm also Hope now. And I'm telling the story of Hope now. And I'm so thankful for the Hope and Steve story, and I honor Steve every day, especially October. You know, like, we got married in October, his birthday's in October. I'm back in Johns Creek in October, and there's going to be a lot of honoring of Steve. But this is also the time of hope, and I'm really glad to have some time here to be able to have that, because for a long time I have felt like Johns Creek is Hope and Steve. And while that is 100% true, and I never want to erase any of that, I am now like, Johns Creek is also Hope. Hope gets to be Hope, and I get to put my story out, and I get to put my message out, and I get to do my thing and build and grow and expand and meet people and network as Hope, the embodiment and the person. And I'm really excited for that. I'm excited for that. And I feel supported in that.
Something I sort of always personally try to do is to share not just a highlight reel, but to also share the messy bits and the messy pieces. And, you know, I think that's why there's been a lot of times where I'll film when I'm like, okay, guys, I'm panicking because I found out I need to do this now. Or, okay, I'm panicking. But at the end of the day, I always end up finding a solution, and I always end up coming back to peace and gratitude and just feeling grounded in this is my purpose. And when you're chasing a purpose, it tends to keep you going even as you hit these road bumps of, well, now I got to figure this out. And I just feel very thankful that I have that I don't know, the understanding that this is my purpose, you know, because it keeps me going. It keeps me from giving up and from saying, oh, there's too many complications. I keep having to pivot. There's too many turns. And so I just am so thankful for y'all being there with me with it. And, you know, letting me share the messy bits, letting me share the human part of the experience, letting me say, hey, this isn't always pretty.